So remember last week you showed me this really cool thing where you could have AI make music for you. You did not realize the pair of scissors you were handing a toddler to run with. It's called Udio. It's in beta. I've got like 1 million things in it already.
Wow, you did go hog wild. Okay.
Yeah. So Sam Basu, my coworker and friend here, has a show called the .NET Dev Show. And I'm trying to remember which one of these is his, but he's got one. Let's see, is this the one? No, that is not the one. Oh, hang on. We will find it. We'll give you the riff on it.
Fritz and Friends.
This is the Fritz and Friends preview. Let's see here. I don't know how it's sorting this list. Hang on. Let's see here. I will find it. I will find it. This is Sam's .NET Dev Show intro here. This is another catchy tune. He's got the Devo style riff here. Oh, it's,
I think you're...
There we go.
Sync up the rhythm of your heartbeat to the code. Listen to the stories and secrets that unfold with every line we write. A new world takes flight, so tune in and to the beat of the neon night.
You gotta have that 80s vibe, right, John?
.NET Dev Show, feel that coding flow. We're diving in all night. .NET Dev Show,
it's catchy. I can't help it. It's catchy. So what you do is you go in, you type in your lyric or your prompt. You don't need to type in the lyrics. You just type in the prompt. You get like a 30. I don't know why it's 33 seconds, but it is. Once you hit that 33 seconds, we'll drop over to the home page here, and then like any of these that are 30 seconds, I'll just show you. You go in, and you have the option to remix, which is going to completely kind of like take the idea and just move it around a lot. But what you can hit is extend and do add section, and then you've got a minute of the song, you know, presuming you like the first 30 seconds of it. So you get another 30 seconds that fits the initial 30 seconds. And then you hit the same button again to add an intro. And then the third time you hit add an outro, you've got a full 2-minute song from beginning to end. And they are no nonstop fun.
If your source code has a bug, you must whip it. Sorry. All right. I had some time to think about that.
They're, you know, it's the .NET Dev Show, so you've got to let the code flow.
All right, just like the spice, the code must flow.
Speaking of AI, I've got a ton of AI stories. It just was nonstop this week. This one here, the Limitless is a new AI tool for your meetings. This is scary, in my opinion. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Limitless. This does not remind me of the movie Limitless. This reminds me more of Black Mirror. So if you've ever seen Black Mirror, John, have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so season 1, I think it's even like episode 1. No, it's episode 2. Episode 1's super weird. And episode 2, I think it is. They have this device that's like some kind of implant on their retina or wherever it is, and it records audio and video of their entire day, and you can like rewind and fast forward through somebody's entire like conversation through the entire day, every day for their entire lifetime. That's where this thing is headed. We're on the audio portion of that nightmare. And this is the all-hearing wearable, it says. And basically what it's doing is listening to everything you do all day. So the AI can break it down and summarize everything that happens, say, in a meeting, and then it's searchable so you can go back and find things. So yeah, that's, you know, if you want a transcript of your entire day so you and your wife can rehash the argument that you had to see who was right, you can see where this can go awry. It's kind of scary. So
It's stupid.
It's stupid.
I don't like these things. I don't like these things. I'm sorry. We did this with the Humane AI product, and I'd like to say we called it first, but MKHCB, or I can't remember the acronym. Marquez Brownlee, he's the reviewer on YouTube. He's got millions of subscribers. Basically trashed the Humane AI because he said it was the worst product he's ever reviewed. I remember we talked about that one. There's that projection device on your hand that did AI capabilities as well. There's other AI devices like this. I think these are all not good ideas. I don't like this. There's just too many problems with this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know why this is okay, I know why this is a thing. I even tweeted, Silicon Valley problems require Silicon Valley solutions. And this is a Silicon Valley solution, I think. So
I wish this was the worst thing I had to show you today. But
good.
It seems like the internet gift just keeps on giving today.
Yes.
This is Microsoft AI thing that dropped today. So it can take basically a still image and some a script and just go nuts with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are some examples of what it's capable of. These are, this is just off a photo.
Yeah.
And a script. It's pretty wild what it's capable of doing.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch their teeth, you can see them reshape and all that, and they don't blink that much. So
there is
I like the Mona Lisa
one
featuring Anne Hathaway. That one was good, but
where was that? Was that up or?
Oh, this is up on the Mona Lisa with Anne Hathaway rapping. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the initial one there. Yeah. So, there was another one that I am reluctant to share. But I'll explain it. How about that? Because it's very not safe for work. Because it's continuously powered by Twitch audience prompts, and then it goes off the rails. Okay. But they have the presidential candidates for 2024, and you can have them debate on anything that you type into a Twitch chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And let's just say they've trained on some not safe for work data.
Yeah.
Things go awry very quickly. We'll not be able to show that on the show, but you can imagine from what I just showed you, two presidents going after some rather racy conversations on Twitch. All right. So if you want to build AI, you have an actual purpose to build something useful with this technology. I don't know if you looked at ChatGPT 4, was it 4.0 Turbo? Is that what it's called? The latest iteration of it?
I've looked at Yep. So the quick answer to this is put the document on Google Docs and point it at a public URL. It can scrape web content. You don't have to upload. But that's me.
Yeah. I think the idea here is that you can get large amounts of data that can be based in any format, really, whether it's any file format. If it's an image, a PDF file, Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is, this version of ChatGPT can read it and parse it, whether it's just a regular bitmap image, so on and so forth. So this article's on CNET, and it talks about uploading your files to ChatGPT. Why would you want to? It's actually pretty good read. It kind of tells you first off This isn't like open access. You got to have the $20 a month version of it. But once you do, you can, upload pretty much anything into it, but be careful. You don't want to put your social security numbers in there. It might get surfaced later, yada, yada, yada. So at least they give you a little heads up of what to do about safety and privacy. And then it goes through like all of the different things that are possible with, uploading your photos into it. And this version of ChatGPT is pretty extensive. So, I mean, you can send it a photo and just say, like, explain this photo to me. You could upload, documents that you're trying to make sense out of and have it, summarize one or more documents together, that sort of thing. So ChatGPT 4. All right.
I
And
use this a
speaking of
lot
AI,
for,
John.
I don't, sorry,
Oh, do
I'll
you?
just
Sorry,
make a
go
point
ahead.
here. I don't upload files, but what I do is I'll point it at URLs and I'll start the prompt by saying, assume the following document, enter. And then it has context. And then you can start probing it with
Mhm.
questions after the fact. So ChatGPT and other AI interfaces provide a contextual query support. So it will remember what you put previously. So you don't have to have an all-in-one sort of solution, meaning it doesn't take one shot. You can actually say,
Yeah.
it's like a mathematical proof, right? Assume the following, then do X, then do Y. Now assume this, what is Z? That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can actually be very helpful. And speaking of AI, I mean, you can't go without talking about the latest in AI
God,
investments.
my
But
favorite person.
Facebook now has an AI as well. So it's called Meta AI. So it's pretty close to Copilot and those other things. This is Meta AI here, and you
Yeah,
can do the usual, like, start an idea. This is an example, create a packing list for a trip, make my email sound more professional, play some trivia, get support, so on and so forth. I think we've all seen a chatbot these days. This is
sure.
just the meta version of it. So they released this today. So you can find that at Meta AI if you want to tinker with their AI and see what its capabilities are. Just judging from the initial screen here, it looks like it's a bit behind Copilot and stuff that it's doing. So not really impressive yet. We'll have to see where that goes. But
It's the steel cage
it's
death
there.
match of Me Too technology.
And if you want to say me too and make a AI of your own, or use AI in your apps,
That's your segues.
there is there is an Azure Developer .NET Day that is coming up April 30th. It is a free online event, so make sure you register for that, and you can check out all of the things Azure AI and learn how to integrate those with .NET. I probably will check this out myself just because you see all of the things that we've been dealing with. We have to see what fits in with our tools that we work on here at Progress, and I think it's just a good event to get your head around what Azure
Sure.
AI offers and
Yep.
what stuff is out in the developer portal there.
Events like these are great. They're typically recorded and posted up on YouTube. So if you can't make it, you can certainly watch the recordings afterwards. I would recommend strongly you do attend the live event because it usually has a live Q&A.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they listed speakers. I know it was posted by Mahul.
They are listed.
Microsoft.
So yeah, right there. So they're not highlighted so much, but they are listed there.
Where do you see the? Oh, this is the
They're
speaker
in the description,
here.
so you'll see the speakers there.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, give that a shot. It looks like a pretty interesting day. Yeah, even gRPC mixed in there. Lots of modern .NET stuff happening. I like it.
Yeah, it's look good.
All right. So let's shift gears a little bit.
Sure.
Unless you want to hear the intro song again. You want to hear the intro song again?
No, I do not.
We'll have to play us out with it or something, because I mean, it's catchy.
Yeah.
It is super catchy.
Okay.
Shifting gears, ECMAScript, ECMAScript. Good old ECMAScript, the thing that JavaScript is based on. I guess the 2024, what do you call it? The standard is being developed or is being settled right now.
Yeah. So this is
And
ECMA's uh, specification around JavaScript itself, and it's up to the implementers of the runtimes themselves to adhere to that or not. There is an ECMAScript compliance page you can take a look at. It is extremely boring and it is extremely detailed. But if you want, you can go there and take a look at compliance if you want. But this is just continuing to move or evolve the state of the art forward.
And it looks like they've taken the discussion to GitHub. I don't know how long it's been there, but it's on GitHub now. So this is the finished proposals, and you'll find some new things here in the bottom. 2024, like array grouping. This is something we've had in .NET and TypeScript for a while, but it's kind of a group by operator for JavaScript. So array grouping. There's some examples in there, map group by, the usual. But there's nice things coming, and if you want to read more about it and actually see what is going to help you be productive, I would check out this article, also by InfoWorld, and it is ECMAScript 2024 features you can use now. So how about that? Ones that you can use today. So there's some async await stuff in here. The group by I talked about. Promise with resolvers. Haven't used that one before. So there's some stuff in here that you can use right out of the gates. So if you're up to keeping up with the latest and greatest JavaScript stuff, these are kind of the things that you want to look at, is what is ECMAScript doing and what's coming in the browsers being implemented in the next, couple months here.
And if you're interested, you can go to a site like Can I Use or something like that to see if they're implemented.
All right, John. There was an outage last week. I don't know if you heard about this one, but the Unpkg CDN broke for a short period of time. Yeah.
That's not good.
When I said Unpkg, you're like, uh-oh, that's not good. So it says a little precursor here, like they deliver 4 billion requests per day. So that being down for several hours is going to be a lot of problems. So I've used Unpkg on things in the past. So I guess it was returning a server error, a 502 or 520. So a lot of things weren't working, especially, WordPress blogs, things like that really rely on these like outsourced package delivery networks.
So you may, as a viewer, you may be asking, how do I account for this? Have fallbacks. So you can have, I guess, local copies relative to the server located there. And most JavaScript libraries are implemented this way. So a library will typically do a call to see if something is defined, then it's already been preloaded. So if you're loading via a CDN like Unpkg, for example, let's say you're loading JavaScript, JavaScript will famously load things like an override for the $, or for jQuery will be defined. And so a lot of these libraries will say, if jQuery is undefined, then go ahead and load it. So you can do fallbacks to mitigate this sort of problem. Of course, no one does this. So I can see why
fallbacks
all these things kind of
be
failed.
local.
Yes.
They can be other networks, like JS Deliver is on here. Some people switched over to that. Some NPM. But it looks like it was the XZ utils that we talked about last week that caused this to happen. So full circle there. A little bit of Kubernetes news, John. You want to take it from here?
Sure. So Kubernetes 1.3 is now out. This has every version of Kubernetes they give a special name to. And so this one is called Udio. This is an homage to the uwu sort of meme, I guess, that is popular online. And so this is, just a kind of a fun play on sort of memes and stuff. So 1.3 is not a dramatic release. Sorry, it's not 1.3, it's 1.30. I should correct myself. 1.30, sorry, is not a dramatically new release. They've added some capabilities around storage, around scheduling, and they've added some capabilities that have been graduated from beta as well. You can take a look at this blog post here if you're at all interested in finding out more.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if we have any show issues. We've got somebody in chat saying that the video was out of sync. I'm joking that we are AI, but we are not.
I am.
Fortunately, we are not.
Yes.
I'm clarifying because you probably need to clarify these days. And there's, I guess, a YouTube and Twitch EULA now that says, like, if you are an AI like representation of a person, you need to like specify that in your stream before you go live. Like, we're not AI. We don't need to flag ourselves.
There's a
as
Turing
AI.
test. There's a Turing test you have to pass, I guess. So
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna weed that one out, but good for them for trying.
Okay.
John, you're a big fan of Go.
I am.
Go developer survey.
Yes.
H1 results.
Yeah, so the Go team has conducted these surveys for many years now, and this is the 2024 H1 results for that. They ran this survey through VS Code and through their blog, and they got over 6,000 responses, which is pretty awesome. The general gist of this is that everyone loves Go. I mean, what else is new? So you can go through the sort of sentiment there. I mean, the satisfaction level for Go developers is 93%. Like, that's insane. Like, I can't think of another language that's this popular. Maybe Rust. Maybe Rust has this high level, but pretty strong satisfaction there.
Yeah,
and a lot of this is
hitting the marks.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the more interesting questions they ask are like, what are the biggest challenges that you face personally with Go today? The biggest one is by far how to write it effectively, how to write Go effectively. A lot of people have a little bit of moxie and say, I don't face any challenges, for example. And then there's the common ones that come up all the time with Go, the verbosity of error handling, the Go ecosystem is missing libraries or frameworks. These ones have been touted and talked about for many, many years now. So error handling in Go is not ideal for a variety of reasons. I actually don't mind it, but it has support for like tuples and return types, etc., which makes it kind of interesting. But then you know, structured exception handling was something that we didn't have until relatively recently, and even now there's like not even great support for it. You know, so there's things like that. But if you go through the survey, it's kind of interesting, kind of like what people draw out. I mean, there's no surprises here. You know, like people love the language. People love the fact that Go is getting really popular. For me, it's, you know, the fact that it hits that sweet spot of expressiveness and powerfulness. And the most important thing for me is the fact because they leverage or they lean on the C++ compiler so heavily, hugely performant and hugely multi-plat. Like you can run Go code anywhere basically, and it runs really, really fast. So these things, to me, give it a high satisfaction for me when I'm targeting it. So one of the things that we did with Go recently was we at Octopus we rebuilt our CLI on Go, and I think that Go is a strong candidate for building CLIs because of that multi-platform capability. So this is something I think a lot of folks need to think about, and the fact that it's really kind of fun to play with and write programs with.
See, it's really popular with Linux as well.
Yeah, of course. So Go is the canonical language used by folks in the cloud native space. So Kubernetes is built with Go. A lot of your Grafana, Prometheus, all these sort of tools you hear about a lot in the cloud native space, they're all built on Go. And so Go is a very popular language for those reasons. VS Code, as you can see here, is the #1 editor. No surprise there. Golang is a very excellent editor by JetBrains. They do a really good job supporting Go. JetBrains is like got an IDE for every language, it seems. So they're doing a lot of great work there. And so these and other sort of questions have been asked in the survey, and I thought it would just be interesting to take a look at, you know, how people are perceiving Go these days.
Nice. I like it. It's pretty comprehensive here.
Yes.
I mean, we're just touching the top of the list of items here. It goes in pretty deep.
Yeah.
So good deal. Let's see. We've got an article by the MS Dev blogs introducing MSTest SDK.
Yes.
Improved configuration of flexibility. I know they've been trying to improve MSTest over the last couple months, if not longer. I personally use like XUnit. I know a lot of people do the NUnit, XUnit route, but MSTest looks like it's getting a facelift here.
Yeah, so this has been under development for a while, and they're adding a lot of features to this. The MSTest SDK obviously is it's a software developer's kit, allows you to target it. It will be something that they're going to transition to this style, and will become the standard for the MSTest project template in .NET 9. They're also looking at scenarios for releases such as Playwright and WinUI. So Marco and Amauri, I believe his name is, they're talking about what this means going forward. They list a section here, which is the advantages of MSTest SDK. So offers many advantages: better defaults, simplified usage, extensibility of the MS test runner, which is a huge thing, and then easier opt-in for new features such as AOT tests. So I think this is great news. I know that it got a lot of traction up on Twitter. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, thank goodness you guys are looking at this." Obvious question comes up is like, does this replace MBUnit or XUnit or blah blah blah? Things like that. People obviously have a little bit of FUD going there, but I think this is a good evolution of MS Test. I think that this will help the library and the ecosystem around MS Test in a great way. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where they go with it. Like I said, I've used XUnit for quite some time, but there's no real bias as to why I do that, other than I just found it easy to use. So hopefully, ease of use is on their list of things to fix with the latest versions of it. But I wish them good luck.
Godspeed. We'll create a song for you. How about that?
Yeah, we could. You want to? Let's go. Let's do it now.
I don't.
No, I'm just kidding. State of CI/CD report 2024, evolution of software delivery performance. Another report here, John. Is this?
Yes.
Do I need to download the report or?
No. That's okay. Well, you can if you want, but go for it. But this is a report. The CD Foundation is a group of. It's a foundation with a group of supporting companies. Octopus Deploy is one of those companies. Basically, it's a state of what's happening relative to CI/CD, talking about pipelines, talking about success on teams, velocity, things like that. The report itself is a continuation of reports. They've been doing this for, again, many years, just like the Golang developer survey. And there's a strong correlation in the report here, which is articulated that the more CI/CD tools that you use in your chain, your pipeline, the more velocity you get. They're seeing higher velocity, better performance with development teams who use more tools, not less, more tools as part of their CI/CD pipeline. And so that's that fifth bullet point mentioned there. And there's a thing there called DORA metrics. So this is a term that's been used for describing a whole bunch of things, but DORA metrics are used for measuring, the performance of your engineering teams relative to delivering of software. And so the metrics have been devised by the DORA group itself, and this is supported largely through Google. And so they talk about that. They talk about also other findings there relative to the demographics. The survey itself was conducted by Slashdata, which they worked with in the past. Nothing too out of the ordinary in this report either, but it is one of those sort of reports you can point to. Let's say if you're a developer and you're wanting to encourage the use of automation relative to CI or CD. So you want to do, it's like why we mentioned MS Test. We want to use more testing, or we want to do automated delivery or deployment, or we want to do automated monitoring. We want to get some visibility into how our we want to use feature flags, things like this. These are all CI/CD isms. Then a report like this will help justify the cost expenditure for those tools to your stakeholders. So if you're a developer, toiling away and asking, why are we not automating our builds, or why are we not automating our tests, or why are we not automating our deployments, you can use a report like this to justify an expenditure. So that's what I would encourage folks to do.
Nice. It's good for the decision makers, managers,
Yes.
CIOs, that sort of thing. And then finally, we have HashiCorp Terraform 1.8 improves
Yes.
extensibility with provider-defined functions.
Yes, so Terraform 1.8, a very popular tool for doing state configuration of systems. If you don't know what Terraform is, you can think of the Genesis device from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. If you don't know what Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan is, think of Terraform. Think of the concept of terraforming, okay? You take a barren, desolate planet and you turn it into a green paradise. So Terraform is the same way, but think of it as configuration for cloud resources, providers, things like that. So Terraform will take a blank resource group in Azure, or some configuration like a Windows server, for example, and it will stand up your infrastructure and configure it accordingly based on a state that it defines, that you define in the language. And so Terraform 1.8 is now available. This is adding support for things like provider-defined functions. Defined functions are great because typically these are functions are a great sort of shorthand notation in HCL that you may want to use, and now you can provide those as an example here. So these are provider functions through the AWS provider. Providers are basically like plugins for Terraform. A provider is basically here's a implementation of Terraform for AWS or Google Cloud or Azure, for example. And we understand how to talk to these things. So if you talk to us, we'll talk to you through Terraform on their behalf. That's what a provider is basically. A provider provides a implementation of state configuration on top of that resource. And so provider functions are new in 1.8. And 1.8 is now available. A lot of interesting things going on in the Terraform space right now. There's Open Tofu as well. There's a bit of tit for tat going on right now between them and HashiCorp, which is also interesting. So this is all being played out on Twitter. So if you want to have kind of eat some popcorn and see what's going on, you can check it out on Twitter. But 1.8 is available. I highly encourage folks to use Terraform or some kind of state configuration, config as code tool for their infrastructure. It's fantastic.
Can I point Terraform or at ChatGPT 4 and just have it do the work for me?
Yes, you could. Yes,
now
you could. We have people there are folks who have written providers for like their system clock and like for their Tamagotchi and for I'm just guessing here, but like there's all kinds of things you can have providers for. If you want to see what providers are available, you can go to the Terraform registry, which is at registry.terraform.io, and there you can do a search for different types of providers. There's thousands and thousands of providers available.
John, that's all we've got for today, so we should just play us out here. It's catchy. I'm just going to say, this is right up there with the Barbie song.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
Barbie Girl in Barbie World.
You're Knuff. You're Knuff, Ed. There you go.
All right, folks. That's another Eat Sleep Code. If we can convince you to come back and watch us again next week, you'll get to hear this catchy song again. John, any final words? No? The song said it all for you?
Yes, I'm done.
Bye, everybody.